He only has one single table that has rows and columns, and that's it. So I figured this one was a little bit more exciting. So how does this work? Let's see. So this is the table on the left. Notice that it's center. This is also center and also vertically center. And this is also center. So if we change that very fast here, let's put from the very first one, we have borders on one, right? So let's take the border out. Okay. So quite easy to fix. And then this one was the.
Undo again.
I'm sorry?
Undo again.
Undo again. Okay. So the alignment, this is the picture of my granddaughter, so let's change that to left instead of center. So the programming gets very, very simple there, real fast. And you can stretch the pictures high, lower, you know, you can play with them up to a point, until they get really ugly. And this one you can either put it all the way on the bottom, all the way on the top, the bottom, or right there.
What would you put the hyperlink on the Michael Robinson?
Can I put a hyperlink over here? Yeah. Just like I have a hyperlink over here. And you notice the alternate that is in there, it says alt. So when I'm here, the alt shows up right here.
You can see the hand right there.
Right here. And if the browser that you're using that cannot do the picture, then it will put this right in that corner. It will put the CSS for you instead of the picture. I don't know if today there are browsers that cannot do pictures, but not too long ago that was the case. So let's put that center back. Okay, center there. You were asking, I'm sorry.
Okay, this is fine. I'll find out. Just to put the hyperlink on
The hyperlink over here. So you align this, you put the hyperlink over here, and then right inside that hyperlink, then you put the image. So if you want an image there, then this is the source, and that's how you put the image in there. And if the image doesn't show up, you do the alternate, it's right down here. Okay? And then when you click on the image, it's going to go to this hyperlink.
Oh, got it.
Right? I'll send you this code, okay? I won't send you the pictures, but I'll send you the code. All right, so we got the tables. And we got the list. Now we go to the really nice stuff. This is called CSS. So the easiest way to explain CSS is that CSS is nothing more than little tiny methods of any language. So you go ahead and you create a file where you have methods, and then when you are running the commands, like any of these commands, you actually inside the command you call the method that has that particular function to change the colors, to do centers, to do all of the stuff that we're trying to do manually here. So the idea is that if you create a page where you have all of the rules that you want your web page to have, then you don't need to redo that in all of the pages. All you need to do is call that function. Okay? And if you want to change the whole data, the whole page, the whole site, and then all of a sudden you don't want your background to be blue, you want it to be red or whatever, all you do is you change that little method inside the CSS and it changes to the whole page. Okay? Also, you can create as many of those little methods as you want. Okay, so the way that he has it, unfortunately, is that he has this inside a page. Okay, and the problem is, what if you have 50 pages? Then you have to copy and paste to put in all the pages, and what happens if you want to change the whole setup? Then you have to go to every single page, and then that will be really unproductive. So what I did was, I'm going to show you how to do two things: how to create it in one page, and then be able to have all of the other pages called that page that has just the those little tiny methods. Is that what?
But that master page will actually be able to change colors if you want,
On the master one, you change anything you want,
and it reflects it.
it reflects the whole web page.
Like,
So if you wanna change anything, let's say you don't like the font that you're using and you wanna change the font of all of your headings, you just go to the little method, you change that, automatically the whole web page. Even if you have 1,000 pages, automatically that's it all. That saves a lot of time. All right, so how do we do that? Very carefully. So what I did was, I created something here that I call Cascading Style Sheets Period CSS.
How do you create that? You go to web info,
No, you go right here, to,
web pages?
new. Right, and right now it's up all the way up on top because that was the last one that I used.
Cascade, okay.
But usually, since if you haven't used it, you have to go to others
Yeah.
and then look for it. On the second column is there, and then that's it.
So this is your main page, right, where all
That
the
is the
methods
main
are?
page, right. And instead of having it the way he has it, they has it inside the different pages. This one is just one page. Okay. So, let's look at this guy. And he looks, it's really nice. Looks simple.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there's nothing in there, there's no headings, there's no nothing, very simple, and each one of these guys is actually what I call a method. Because they look like methods.
Yeah, it looks like the Java method, yeah.
So each one of these have a different name, okay? In this case, this one is called root, this one is called body. That has nothing to do with the body HTML, it's actually a method. This one is a P, that has nothing to do with the paragraph. Okay. So what happens with this guy? H1 and
Headings.
H2?
So it'll
Next
be,
one.
It means that whatever is in there, you can use it on H1 or H2. So instead of having two different ones, you can have one that can be used for that you can call it either way. Okay.
So can you have more than each one and each two, or?
Oh, yeah. In this case, H1 and H2, what is it doing?
Text align.
It's
Center.
taking the text and putting it center. So anytime that you get an H1 or an H2, it's gonna take that text and align it.
Quick question, since H1 appears in here and the one below, anytime you call H1, it'll be centered and have a font size of 20p?
No.
Okay.
This one is a heading that goes inside the tables.
Oh.
Actually, that's not a table, that's a column of the table. So this one works only when you're doing a column table, then the heading one of that column of that table, the font size will be 20.
Oh.
And you can also center it left, center it right, and do backgrounds and do whatever.
So the H1 doesn't have anything to do with the H1
No.
above?
So, this H1 is a totally an independent H1, a regular H1.
So if you're calling the method H1, how do you differentiate between the top one and the bottom one?
I'll show you in a minute when I do it. This one here is called TD20. All right, so the first, so you call it whatever you want, okay? In this case, it's for the columns of the tables, and if you want to use that called money, then in this case, the color is green, and the text alignment is left. You can actually over here also change the font. You can change the background, you can do any of the regular HTML commands. This one, TD is sky. That I get from it. So the color of TD sky will be light blue and it'll be center. Warning has a period. Okay? And that one is at any time that you call a warning, whatever, it's like the strong command. So anytime that you go ahead and do something with a warning before, whatever is in the middle is gonna print it orange. This one here, the command will be about, and this one you can only use anything that says div # about, or anything after about, you can only use it once per page. I'll show you why. He has, on the book, he missed this too, he has the link, and he has to visit it, but he doesn't explain anything about it, okay? So the link over here, what you do is you put the color, this is a link, when you click a link, if you want, if it was, if it hasn't been visited, you want it to be whatever color you want. Usually the default is blue, right? And after it's been visited, then you want to change the color of it, if you want to. If you want